So in addition to the rustic look we're going for with this, I decided to add a little more of my personal flair into the design beyond just the palette rustic look. And I decided, for those of you that know, I'm kind of into my guns, so I decided to take some spent casings from my 4570 lever action and actually use those to design my own custom drawer pulls. So here's one I already made in advance. It's got the two 4570 casings on top. See those? And then as the actual stems for the handle, I have some 22 long rifle casings. I'm going to show you how to make this. All you need is casings. I'm going to be using 4570, like I said, but you can be using any type of bullet you really want. Your leg casings, which, like I said, I'm using 22 long rifle. 2 of each type, and then you're going to want to find a dowel rod that is the appropriate size to where it just barely fits inside the large casing that you're using for this drawer pull. So I'll show you how you do it. First, take your dowel rod, fit it into one of your casings, mark a line at the edge, very edge of that casing. Pull the casing off. Take your tape measure, measure the distance to your line. And multiply that by 2. So mine is 1 5/8, just a hair under that. So I'm going to go just a hair under. Doubling that would be 3 inches and 2/8. You cut your dowel to that length. Do a little mock fit. Make sure it looks like it's going to fit onto both your casings. This one might actually be, nope, fits perfect. So fits perfect inside the casings. Take it out. Then you're going to super glue both ends. Put it back into the casing. Just let that dry. And while that's drying, we're going to drill our holes in our 22 long rifle handles. So, be right back. And then we have the main body of our handle. We'll let that dry. We'll set it aside. Now I'm going to be drilling a 22 long rifle, drilling holes through the back side. That's where the screw is going to go. The back side of the casing is actually going to butt up against the wood of the drawer or dresser. So I'm using, I don't have any super nice steel drill bits. This is pretty soft brass. It just takes some time. I'm just using an old metal bit that I got. Some tips that I've discovered from a little bit of practice. When you're drilling these, if you have a drill press, use a drill press and a vise. If you don't, which I don't currently, you can use a hand drill, but you're going to want some type of vise to hold your item. You're also going to want to drill in from the back. You don't want to drill, you might think, and I thought at first, I'll drill going into the center casing, I can line it up perfect, it can be in dead center that way, I'll do that. What's going to happen is the downward pressure force you're going to be using when you're trying to get through this brass, once it gives way, your drill is going to go flying downward, and you're going to have an issue like this, where you kind of mangle up that front end. Now when you drill from the back, drill bit hits this, doesn't flange out, doesn't mangle that front end. So drill from the back when you're doing the legs. Another tip hard to start on the brass. So use some steel. You can use a steel punch. This is an old Phillips head bit that I don't use. So we're going to tap it right in the center where we want our drill bit to be. It makes a little tiny dent just in the center where we want our drill bit to go through. And that gives your drill bit that divot, that dent, prevents it from wandering all over the place. It's a little helpful on the 22s. Absolutely lifesaver on doing the round size of the 4570. Otherwise, your drill is going to be sliding all over the place. It's the other reason why a drill press with a vise on the mount is perfect for this, because then your drill is not going to be sliding all over. The bit's going to be directly vertical from the drill press. But since, like I said, I don't have that, I'm using a hand drill. The divot makes all the difference in the world. So, like that. As soon as it goes through, gravity and your force, it's going to do its work. Comes in handy to be drilling from the backside. But then you have your hole. Tad bit off-centered, but you're never going to notice it once it's mounted up. So now that we've got the leg posts drilled, we've had to let the glue set up on these casings. It's time to drill the 2 holes the leg posts are going to go in. The way I did the last one, I did an inch in from either end, just to give it that nice spacing. So I'm going to do the same, do an inch in from either end on this one. So, once you've drilled both your holes, got that, got your hole in your 22, take your screw. You want to make sure your screw's long enough to go through the drawer front, through the post of your 22, and then into the actual handle. And it's going to go into that dowel that we installed. So these ones are obviously not long enough for all of that, but since I haven't finished building all my drawers, they'll do for now. And since we drilled the holes just the right size, it's a little tight to get started. So what you can do is pop that back in the vise. Just until you get that started. And then once you have it started, this will be a lot easier. Take it out. Line your hole up. There you go. Got our 2 posts mounted on our drawer handle. So now we've got 2. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.